What's up, guys? It's Taylor and I am back with another video. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back now, and so is another season of the challenge. Now this season of the challenge is called the Challenge Double Agents, and I'm super excited to delve into it and talk about the first episode and talk about who's on the season, because we got a lot of big people, well, big in the reality TV world. We got a lot of big people on this season, and I am really excited to see some of them compete. And I thought that the first episode really, set the tone for how the rest of the season is gonna go. So I'm just super excited to get into it with you guys, and without further ado, let's get started. So basically the episode starts off with, TJ, they got him looking like he's in charge of everything. He's looking at screens, pictures of the different, agents or different cast members that are on this season, and we also see everybody pulling up to the house and the trucks and everything like that, different people in different groups, different trucks and everything like that. We also saw that in the Declassified episode, if you watch that, where we kind of got to know everybody, and everybody's just talking about what show they're originally from, or if they're not from a show, what sport they play, or if you're into WWE, if you watch the Olympics, you know who Lolo Jones is, Leo Rush, all those people and everything like that. So we kind of once again get to be introduced to people. We kind of get introduced again to people who we haven't seen in a while, with Teresa and Darrell. So that was basically the first scene, when everybody's pulling up to the house, and then everybody sees the house, they get all excited and everything like that. So basically, I think with the Declassified episode, that's where we kind of got to see everybody enjoying the house and everything like that, getting to know everybody, like I said. So in this episode, they kind of get straight to it. Everybody's in front of TJ, he's introducing himself to the ones that he doesn't know, and he's, saying, hey, welcome to the challenge. This is going to be the Challenge Double Agents. Once again, the prize money this season is going to be $1 million, and everybody's excited, everybody's ready to start competing, and they basically they get right to it. So everybody is getting ready to play the first mission, or the first challenge, or whatever you want to call it this season. And the name of this first mission is called Mission Decryption. So basically the game is played in two heats, one for the girls, one for the guys. And so basically what's happening is they all have to race up a mound to get to this, what is it called, to get to a capsule. And on this capsule is a code, and everybody has to memorize the code. So while everybody's racing and fighting over it, or whatever the case may be, they have to memorize this code. They have to go back to their station, and the person who matches the code to what it was on the capsule first wins. So the girls are up first, and TJ blows the horn and everything like that. And right off the bat, we see Lolo Jones, who is an Olympian. She does this she doesn't do the challenge for a living, but she races, and I think she does hurdles and stuff like that. She does all that for a living. So right off the bat, we see her just racing up that mound like it was absolutely nothing to her, and she gets to the capsule first. And so not long after, all the girls catch up and everything, and right away the girls are fighting. And they're all trying to memorize the code and everything like that. They're all trying to just see what it is. And right away you can already see that there are some front runners. We got Natalie from Survivor. I'm actually really excited to see her on the show. I don't watch Survivor, but a lot of people have wanted her on the show for a long time. I've seen clips of her on the show and everything like that. So we got her, like I said, we got Lolo, and you got some people who want to prove themselves this season, like Anissa. She's one of the first people back to her station. She's focused, she's locked in, and she's ready to just prove herself this season. So she's back at her station, and one by one the girls are all going back to their station. They're calling for a check, they're not getting it right and everything like that. We see that with Cam and everything like that. And this happens for a while, but eventually Anissa takes it, and she kind of sets the precedent and the tone for how it's gonna go. Everybody, I don't want to say is shocked, but they're like, hey, Anissa, she's not playing around, and I respect that. You know, I feel like Anissa, you know, she's been on the show for a long time, and I, you know, want to see her be successful. You know, so I'm happy that she won the first challenge for the girls. So after all that, it's time for the guys to go. So TJ blows the horn. Right away, it's a dogfight with the guys. You know how guys are and everything like that. You know, we got CT, who's been a beast for years. We got him, you know, grabbing the capsule and everything like that. We also see that funny scene where he throws the shoe. He throws the shoe in Wes's face. So that was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious, you know, and kind of sums up their relationship on this show for, you know, what it's been for years and everything like that. So that was really funny. But the guys, you know, they're doing what they do. You know, we see Fessy kind of, you know, he's getting to it, memorizing and everything. He's going back to his station. Same thing with Darrell, CT, and everything like that. And they're all fighting over it. But eventually, you know, once everybody is, you know, going back to their stations and trying to get everything right, we see that Fessy takes it for the guys in the first challenge. And I'm not surprised. We even saw last season with Total Madness, you know, right off the bat, that Fessy, you know, he's a new guy who is ready to, you know, set the tone. He's a young buck, you know. He's with Nelson, he's with Corey, and everything like that. So he wins it, and Anissa and Fessy are the winners for the first challenge. So once everyone is back together, TJ announces to everybody that this game will be played in pairs. And whoever wins for the week are the double agents. And so this week, obviously, the double agents are Anissa and Fessy, but Anissa is the top winner, you know. So because Anissa is the top winner, she is the first to pick her partner, and she picks Fessy. And, you know, Fessy's kind of hesitant at first because he's like, oh, I don't want Anissa, you know, she can't do endurance and stuff like that. But look, it is what it is. She picked them, and honestly, I feel like Anissa is a great partner because here's the thing: everybody, and he's not the only one. Time and time again, every competitor on the show is like, oh, endurance this, endurance that. And yes, endurance is a big thing on the challenge. I'm not saying it's not, but it isn't everything. You have to be good mentally. You have to be good physically, you know. You have to be good, you know, and this kind of is endurance, but like swimming and stuff. Like it's multiple things that you have to be good at. It just isn't endurance. You know, Anissa's smart. Anissa can get physical. You know, it's not all about endurance, you know? And you never know what kind of challenge you're gonna have. Where she lacks, you could pick up, you know? So I really wish people wouldn't be so quick to judge when it comes to that, you know? But anyways, Anissa picks Fessy. He's hesitant at first, but obviously he doesn't have a choice but to accept. So Anissa and Fessy are the first pair. And so TJ then tells everyone else to go stand by a partner. We're picking partners. It is what it is. So everybody's picking partners, and this part kind of, it didn't make me upset, but I was just kind of like, damn, because obviously we see Cam, you know, she says that she, you know, wants to shoot her shot at CT, and honestly, I feel like Cam is a worthy partner. So when CT kind of ignored her and he was asking her why he should pick her and everything like that, and he just kind of walks away from her, I was like, yo, that's not cool, you know. Don't get me wrong, CT's a beast, and you know, a beast wants another beast as a partner, don't get me wrong, but we talking about Killer Cam. Yes, Cam's never won, everybody knows that. I don't have to, you know, that's not a secret or anything like that. But we've seen her in eliminations, we've seen her perform in daily challenges. The girl can compete. I mean, let's not sit here and act like she's average or something like that, because she's not. And so for CT to do that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but it's whatever, it's all good. So, I actually wrote down the pairs, so I'm just going to say them, you know, just in case anybody who's watching forgot. So, basically, you know, we got Anissa and Fessy, Tori and Corey, oh, is that right? Yeah, Tori and Corey, Teresa and Jay, Nani and Cal, Devin and Nicole, Wes and Natalie, Darrell and Amber B, Leo and Gabby, Cam and Josh, Leroy and Casey, Ashley and CT, Big T and Joseph, Lolo and Nam, Amber M and Nelson, and Michi and Liv. So those are all the partners for now, and we'll get to that. Those are all the partners for now. So after all that, everybody picks their partners and everything like that. TJ says that everybody who lost, so everybody who isn't Anissa and Fessy basically, has to pick a pair to go into elimination. And Anissa and Fessy will pick who is going to go against them. So that's how this is going to go. You know, it's familiar format. And the house can pick anybody They can pick any pair, doesn't matter, as long as it's not the double agents, as long as it's not Anissa and Fessy. So that's how that works. So he also says that the votes will be cast in private. So I actually love this aspect of it. We saw this on Vendettas. We also saw it on Cutthroat. I like the you know, privacy aspect because, you know, it adds another layer. You can say one thing to somebody's face, yeah bro, I got you, I'm not gonna vote you in. You go in there, you vote them in. So I like that aspect. I like that they brought that back this season. I thought that's really dope. So the votes will be cast in private and as individuals. So you don't necessarily have to vote the same way that your partner votes. You know, it's in private. So that's cool. Another thing that TJ announces is the winner of the elimination will receive a skull. So the skulls are back this season. And of course, you need a skull to get into the final. But what's different this season that didn't happen last season is that there are only 10 skulls. So all this, I'm gonna wait all the way into the end to get my skull. That way I can stay as long in the game as I want to, maybe because I want to hook up with somebody or whatever. All that is out the window. There are only 10 skulls, so you have to try and get your skull now if you want to be able to compete in the final, if you want to stick around. So once again, an added layer. I love it. And also, TJ says that just because you have a skull doesn't necessarily mean that you get to keep it. We saw a lot of people last season, you know, they had a skull and then, you know, people voted them in again, you know, but they already had a skull. We don't know how it's going to go this season, so we'll see. So after all that, everybody's back at the house, and basically we just see conversations going about the game. We see Wes and Natalie talking about how they feel like they're in a good spot and everything like that. So they think. We'll get to that. CT and Ashley are talking about how they're a huge target because not only are they a veteran team, they're the only team that has 2 winners. No other team has 2 winners in the house. So they have a huge target on their back, and you know, some people have bad taste in their mouths about that. We see Leo and Gabby talking about how, you know, they're easy targets, and you know, just because they're rookies and they're underestimated, and it's probably best for them to stay under the radar. So yeah, we see, I think, Lolo and Nam talking. You know, we see just partners talking with each other and, you know, saying, hey, either we need to, you know, fight for it, or, you know, we need to stay under the radar, whatever the case may be. Casey is talking to, you know, pretty much, you know, everyone from Big Brother and everything like that. And she's trying to do this whole BB alliance, which I think is hilariously funny because last season, a Big Brother alliance didn't seem to matter when Bailey and Swaggy were in the house. But now she wants to do this whole, you know, Big Brother alliance. We all got to stick together. I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, turn this into a thing or anything like that. But why is it so important to her now? I don't understand that. But anyways, because we do have, you know, we got some Big Brother people in the house. We got her, we got Josh, Fessy, we got Amber B from BB16. You know, I hope I'm not missing anybody. I don't think so. I think that's it. But anyways, that's like their whole thing. They want to stick together, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it. I just want to know why it's a thing now and it wasn't a thing last season. So I thought that was kind of strange, but that's her thing. Whatever. We also see Cam talking to the girls about, you know, her upbringing and her mom and how strong her mom is. I thought that was a cool little scene to throw in there, and talking about why it's important for her to win this season, and you know, her and Anissa share a moment and everything like that. And I thought that was really sweet. That was really cool. We also see her, you know, not in the same scene, but a little bit later, talking about how we need to get the champs out of here. You know, every season after season, everybody wants to go after the rookies because they're new, you know, they haven't proven themselves and everything like that. And Cam's like, no more, you know, we need to get these champs out of here. This most likely is stemming from the fact that CT didn't pick her, but even though that may be the case, the bitterness might be a little bit of a thing, she's not wrong. Going after rookies for what, when you can just save them to the end and beat them in the final? I mean, not saying that every rookie is going to be easy, but, you know, why not switch it up? We play the game the same every season. Let's switch it up. So we also see that conversation going, and, you know, talks are starting to happen where everybody's like, yo, we need to get CT and Ashley out. They're, you know, they're a team of 2 winners, and you know, there's no reason for us to keep them around because they're both strong competitors and they're hard to beat. So, you know, try to get them out, throw them in as soon as possible, see what happens. Talks are starting to happen about all that. We see, you know, Corey and Wes talking about it, and you know, honestly, and for Wes, this is smart because it keeps a target off his back. Wes is a huge target. You know, he's a great competitor, but also he's deemed untrustworthy. So for him to kind of paint the target, not that it needs to be painted any bigger than it already is, but for him to help paint the target on CT and Ashley's back, it helps him and Natalie out because they're a strong team. They're not two winners, but, you know, they're strong competitors. So, of course, you know, CT and Ashley kind of get wind of this, you know, because I'm pretty sure in that house, nothing ever is, like, too private. So they get wind of, you know, everybody wanting to, you know, kind of throw them in and everything like that. And CT, he's actually being smart about it. He's going around and he's talking to people and he's seeing who's going to lie to him and who's going to tell him the truth. And basically, if we're being completely honest, everybody lies to him, you know? And, I mean, it is what it is, you know? So it's like, if I come back, all of you have lied to me, so I don't owe any of you anything. You all lied to me, you voted for me, or, you know, that's what they're saying. So that was a smart move on his part, and, you know, now he knows. So yeah. So it's deliberation time, and I actually like this aspect of it because not that I can remember, somebody can remind me in the comments, but I don't remember another season where they voted in private but they had a deliberation. Maybe Vendetta, I don't know, but my point is they all meet before they vote and they talk about stuff. They talk about, you know, who is, you know, the best option, maybe, I guess that's what you want to, it's a deliberation. So they're just talking. But one thing I particularly like is the rookies are speaking up. And why not? They're in this house too. They're playing this game just like everybody else. This whole throwing the rookies in just because they're easy, I don't like it. So, you know, CT, you know, he's saying this piece, and you got, you know, Joseph, Leo, you know, Gabby, all these people speaking up like, hey, you know, why should we, you know, not respect you, but why should we, you know, walk on eggshells around you? You know, we're playing this game too. We want to make the best move for us, you know? So I like that. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, rookies should know their place, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about none of that. I like it. Rookies, I hope in, you know, upcoming seasons continue to speak up because I like that aspect of it. You know, they stood their ground, and I think CT was a little taken aback by that too. Also, you know, we see Cam and Leroy kind of speak their piece too. You know, he didn't kind of care for that, but, you know, it's like, hey, no more throwing rookies in, you know, everybody's got to prove themselves. So it's a new day and age. So basically, you know, everybody goes in private to vote and everything like that. And it pretty much goes how we think it's going to go from the deliberation. Mostly, not everybody, but mostly everybody votes for CT and Ashley. And yeah, it is what it is. So we also find out that the double agents, when they go in, we don't get to see them decide until the elimination who they're picking, but they get to see who voted for who, you know. And then Anissa and Fessy are like, we're not going to tell people this right off the bat, you know. Obviously that would be smart not to do, but they get to see who voted for who. So if somebody told them that they were voting for a certain somebody, they get to see who lied to them. So that's just another added layer to the game, and I think that's good. The format this season, I feel like, is top tier. I feel like this is going to be a good season. The format does a lot, you know. So but yeah, they get to see who voted for who, and it gives them a lot of information. So it's elimination time, and TJ announces to everybody that this elimination, you know, spot is going to be called the Crater this season. And it looks dope. It looks really dope, I'm not going to lie. So basically we all find out who is compromised, what agents are compromised, and obviously it's Ashley and CT, so they go stand, you know, down next to TJ, and TJ asks Anissa and Fessy, kind of just like last season, do y'all want to come down and get your skull, you know, because you have that option since you won, or do you want to throw somebody else in? They're not ready to go down there and get their skulls right now, so they decide to vote in a couple or a pair, and shocker, they vote in Wes and Natalie, another very strong team. This was a bold move by them. This was a real bold move by them, but I think it was the right move. I think it was the right move. So it's going to be a battle. So TJ, you know, everybody's thinking, oh, it's going to be pair versus pair. TJ announces that no, it's not going to quite go like that. It's going to be a guy's week and a girl's week. And it's starting off as a girl's week. So Ashley and Natalie are going to face off against each other. And I think it's really super, super dope because they're strong competitors, you know, on their respective shows. Ashley's a strong competitor on The Challenge. Natalie was a really strong competitor on Survivor. So seeing them compete, you know, week one, interesting. So the name of this week's elimination is called Operation Fire Escape. So basically what the girls have to do is they are, you know, tied to this beam and everything like that, and they have to go, their legs and their arms are tied to the beam, and they have to travel down and back while it's on fire, and whoever travels there the fastest and gets back wins. So if you remember, if you've been watching this show for a little while, this elimination, or some variation of it, kind of happened on X's 2, where we saw Nia and Leroy take out Johnny and Nany. So this was a cool elimination on X's 2, and it's cool this season as well. Especially this variation of it being on fire and stuff like that. So basically the girls go, TJ blows the horn, and they're going, and for a while it's basically neck and neck. Basically, you know, nobody is a clear front runner. We do see Ashley struggling, you know, and you know, Natalie, she's kind of struggling too, but she's kind of getting it. She's getting it faster than Ashley, you know. And I also feel like Natalie has a better strategy than her, you know, with the rocking and everything like that. Ashley can't quite get it going. And so eventually, you know, Natalie kind of goes, you know, but Ashley takes off too. And it's, for the most part, the whole race is neck and neck. But when they get ready to go back, Natalie basically, you know, she kind of has the whole thing figured out. And she makes it to the back first. She makes it back first. And she beats out Ashley in week 1, you know, of this season. And I wouldn't say I was shocked, but it's really interesting. Because Ashley's Ashley's a great competitor, but she's gone out first, or early, not first, but she's gone out early in these last couple, you know, seasons that she's been on. And it's like, you know, a lot of people are saying, hey, maybe it's that curse. She stole the money from Hunter, just like, you know, Johnny stole the money from Sarah all those seasons ago, and he kind of went through his drought where he was going home early on seasons after he stole it. So maybe it's that curse. I mean, I don't know if I buy into that or not. You know, maybe she's just on a bad run. Who knows? But, you know, she's been going home early, you know, a lot for these past couple of seasons. So honestly, I hope she gets it together. I like Ashley. You know, she's never scared to, you know, of anyone. She's never, you know, scared to compete or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure we'll see her back in the future. I hope we do see her back. And yeah, we say goodbye to her this season. So after all that, after Ashley, you know, says goodbye and everything, TJ announces that the winner of elimination does get a gold skull. So it's not a red skull anymore, it's a gold skull. And not only that, Natalie, since she's the winner of this elimination, gets to choose if she wants to stay with Wes, or if she wants to take CT on as a partner, since his partner is now eliminated. Or she can choose anybody's partner up top who's, you know, watching, anybody else in the house. She can just snatch a partner. That's a lot of power. You know, you could be not feeling your partner, you win an elimination, and you could just go grab somebody. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. She can literally grab any partner if she wants to, or she can stay with Wes. So the episode basically ends right there. You know, we don't know what she's going to choose. I think Leroy says it best at the end of the episode. He says if she's smart, she'll get rid of Wes, because Wes always has a big target on his back. People don't trust him, and that's the problem. He is a great competitor. We've seen it before. He's a champion. He's a multiple champion. He's a multiple-time champion. But people can't trust him, and that's on him. That's his fault. That's his reputation that he's gained over the years. So, I don't know what Natalie's gonna do. If I had to guess, I'd say that I think she's gonna stay with Wes, because I feel like she's a loyal person. You know, I didn't watch her on Survivor, but those are the vibes that I get from her. So I think she's gonna stay with Wes, but if she's smart, she'll get rid of him. But we'll see what happens next week. But that's basically it for this week's recap, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, you might as well like and subscribe. I mean, you made it this far. Why not? You know, I will be back next week with another recap. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a dope episode, and I'm just so excited to see what else is going to happen this season. Thank you so much for watching my video. Until next time, peace out.